Right, we're back again in August. I appreciate everyone who's watched one of these before and actually cares enough to do the others. I need to do more other content, and I promise I will. I've got three blog posts to queue up that are going to go out. One's on how you should internal link for entities. One's on the different tools we use to run our portfolio, and one is on the 6 main economic factors that determine whether a niche is good, basically. So hopefully those are helpful. I'm not just an income report person, though these do get crazy engagement, to be honest. I will do some other stuff, but here we go. August 2022 income report from our SEO niche sites. It was actually our best ever month. So it was pretty good, like, to be honest. It was we got $21 over our previous month. The last best month was in November 2021, which is obviously Black Friday crazy, capitalist craziness. So to have beaten that in August, I'm super happy with, to be honest. So we can only hope that it goes sky high for next November. You can't say for sure, and we did overachieve in some sort of things. I'd say we did achieve above expected value this month, and so in a normal month it goes down. But you take your wins when you get them. I'll be very happy if we can keep this going. But it does seem to be a bit of an aberration rather than the new standard, if I'm going to be honest. And I'd love to lie to you and say, yeah, we're permanently in the mid-36 grand club, but I'm not sure it's going to be the case. But we still want to go. You can see we're from last August to this August almost triple, so we're still on a good path. But I would like to say also that these are just revenues, not profits. We spend a lot of money, and I don't make much money. I could, but I'd rather invest in the future growth of these sites rather than, spending it all up in the clubs and then having nothing to show for it when I'm 30. I'm pretty frugal with how I live normally, so, it's not really like a crazy, get it and spend it sort of thing. We survived the July product review update, but with the helpful content update ushering itself in, who knows what will happen. I wrote this on the 3rd of September. It's the 6th of September today, and we are up 5% week on week on all of our sites as of Monday, the 5th of September, which is one of the last days of it. So I think we've survived. We've survived the update. I put it on a t-shirt. I survived the update, the Google update. So here we go. We're good. We do have goals to hit 40,000, which seemed crazy last month, right? Because we hit 28,000 last month, and we're like, right, how are we going to add on 25% in 2 months? But we did manage to add on a lot this month. So we only need to add $3,500 more on. So if we can do it, then great. But, it's all up in the air, to be honest. The breakdown was we had a nice little bonus from the direct sponsorship. It's really random. Like, you can't predict these sorts of things. If the brands come in and they say, we want the sponsored posts, we want to advertise on the site, then great. I'm sure we could be more proactive in reaching out to these people, but we don't currently. So we mostly take what we get. The ads are up. That is just solid from increasing page views. I hope that will become the new normal. As you go into Q4, you should see ad rates go sky high, even though we're very fortunate that our ad rates are already pretty high on that. So yeah, I want to see a steady state of around 15,000 in ads by the beginnings of next year, to be honest, because we're investing much more in info content and just putting out more. So that's where I want to really go into, as well as just increasing the RPMs, which hopefully I'll be able to talk to you about soon with a big thing that's coming up, and much more across the other affiliates. So Amazon actually itself was down, but we sort of took a lot of links off Amazon and put them elsewhere, and it seems to have worked a little bit, but we did achieve above expected value, and it'll probably go back down, and we might consider going back to Amazon in the near future, to be honest, because it's just a good place to have people go to. Total page views was up, but the Seychelles and Czechia was a factor that you can't really determine how fake it was. We didn't publish many articles at all. We are aiming to do 100 this month, and we usually try. Well, the month before this we did 58, so this was really low. But the reason why was, where is it? Let me scroll down. We only published 24 because we hired a new VA, and we had to get rid of a couple because they couldn't do what we wanted at the same speeds and the same quality. They weren't putting in the full hours and stuff. So we've got a new VA now who's great, and we trained her up, and it took a while. But in the process, right, so we were just leaving stuff after we'd had them written there because we knew the VA would do it at some point, and there's no point us doing the formatting when we know that she can do it in a few weeks' time. It's better if we focus on the more important stuff. So we left it, but as a result, we didn't put that much stuff out. So that suffered. Our goal is to put 100 posts out in September, though, which, we're going to have a bonus because there's like 30 odd drafts sitting there now from just not being published by the VA, but we still need to publish a lot on the other sides, right, and get new stuff done. Modest increase in the traffic leading to an increase in ad earnings. We've been quite aggressively moving away from Amazon, so apparently there are secret rate increases if you get the big bucks. We don't have any rate increases. We're stuck with the bottom 3, 4, 5% or whatever it is across the categories. And I don't think we'll be getting the custom rates in the future because we have been sort of decreasing our Amazon earnings by getting off the platform. But I'm okay with that because I'd rather be more diversified, to be honest. It did increase the affiliate earnings overall by getting off Amazon, but I can't say with full certainty whether this is going to continue because we need more data, basically. We need to dig deep. We need to find out how to deliver another $3,500 on top of our current earnings. So we basically need to add an extra $100 a day, which is really tough to do. Like, it's tough. So who knows what will happen. It will be really tricky. We've got to really work hard. I got to record this quickly and get back to work to try and get it sorted. A nice uptick was the extra direct sponsorship stuff. So that's nice. These are fickle and unpredictable, so you can't really count on them. In the last month's income report, the 5 things we said we'd focus on is 1, email capture, 2, social media, 3, training up the VA, 4, spending more cash, and start hitting our outputs. So here's how we fared. Email capture still haven't fully done it, but thank you for everyone for the tips on Twitter for sorting that out because I asked for some tips. You lot gave me some great ones. I'm going to implement them in the next few days. I'm speaking quickly because I've got to finish this in time. Sorry if you can put it onto 0.758 if it's easier. Thanks everyone for the tips. I'm going to sort that out over the next few days. But we're leaving money on the table with this email stuff. Not just from not collecting the emails, because I know you can sell your list for $1 an email, whatever it is, $0.50, whatever. But you can also get just easy, step processes where you put people on, hit them with the affiliate links, hit them with the stuff, and then you can just send your new articles out there. Like if we had 10,000 people on the list, right, and we sent a weekly round out of all of our articles, and 1 in 10 people click one of the articles, that's still an extra 1,000 people a week. Which, if you get 200,000 page views, that's still like a 2% extra, and then you can get a bit of money out of that and all this stuff. So it's well worth doing. Social media, don't really care too much, but we have Tweet Hunter on my personal account that I don't really use that much. I put the old thread on, but I don't really use it for anything else. But you can use unlimited accounts, which I didn't realise. So we may as well do some threads for some of the long form stuff that we publish on our actual sites, and then go from there. Really, see if it works, see if it gains us followers, see if it it's debatable. Like we know there's no direct SEO correlation with successful social media, but I definitely think it helps with indexing, helps with social signals. I think in the short term it can help sort of get more attention paid to it. So I'm okay with investing more in that, and ideally we'd have a VA or something, or other people doing this, so I don't have to do it. Fully trained at the VA, she's been great. She's hit a new level of detail for this stuff. So we were wondering why only 2 or 3 articles were getting formatted a day. She does these sort of formatting, uploading images and stuff. Because our usual requirement would be 5 or 6, but we had a look at them and they're so good. All the images, they have that attention to detail that you just can't. You can tell the quality of the article without just from scanning, and so for any manual raters or anything like that, I think the content's good anyway, right? But even if it wasn't, when you have images that are that good, it kind of disguises, you can polish the the bad content a little bit, right? So if this means that we hit new levels, and I'm more than happy to do less output, and then if we have to get another VA, then we get one. She's doing really good. Even just little slight blurred effects on the cutouts of the products of the background, so they contrast nicer. We actually told her not to worry about that sort of stuff because it was overkill. But that attention to detail, you can't train that. You either got that, and you either you buy into the company and you care, or you don't. And she cares. So I'm super happy with her, and we'll see how we can help her grow within the company and stuff like that. We're going to be profitable. We failed to increase our spending. We hired some writers, but they barely wrote anything. So I need to get on their case about we have a 1 per week minimum, and we'll sort that. Obviously at the beginning is a slower grind, right? You get up to speed with it, you learn the templates. The first few things need a lot of corrections because that's just the name of the game when you adjust to a new niche, a new style, whatever. But nevertheless, they haven't been submitting enough. So it's difficult for us to shape and help and support if you're not, doing the work in the first place. So the people we hired have had less new impact than I'd have liked. Hopefully they can do more in the future, otherwise we'll have to find more people. And just it links directly, right? Start hitting our content output numbers, so we're really far off. We want to put 100 to 120 out a month, and while variables such as firing the previous VA and hiring a new one have left a bunch of unpublished drafts that she's working on as we speak, which is great. But this is still such a low number. We're not going to make our money if we're doing 24 posts a month, no matter how good they are. So we need some scale. So here's the overview. You know, we want to publish the 100 a month. My personal thing, you know, I don't really do much writing anymore, as much as I love it, because it's better off. I'm better used to, you know, do systems and stuff like that. So this is my goal personally, to make a bunch of systems. First, video guides for our writers for each of the, you know, informational content that feature snippets. We can just drill more into that, as well as the various different commercial pieces like best buyers guides, versus articles, single product reviews, alternatives articles. We've also overhauled the way that we brief these to help writers understand where they can sell affiliate products in informational guides. So you might have a problem, let's say, why is my microphone not working, right? And you try and fix it. I'm not in the microphone niche, by the way, before anyone cares. I don't know. It's just I'm speaking to a microphone now, so I'm trying to like think of something to talk about. And then the actual solution is that your pop filter is set up wrong. Let's just say, I know that wouldn't actually be a technical fix, but we would our new briefing system would latch onto that and inform the writer to then sell the correct fix. So that even in your info post that most people just rely on display ads from, we'd be getting the affiliate commissions as well, which I think is where affiliate marketing will go as Google gets more and more mental over product review updates over best affiliate stuff. So it will become a more indirect affiliate play than a direct one. But that being said, we've survived all the product review updates so far. I have faith in that, you know, we do the real reviews and stuff, but that is where it's trending. We need to create a better link building system. This actually doesn't include like tier 2s to like actual good links. Like we've got some New York Times links, some other really good links, and we'll power them up, even if they're no follow, as well as just like general guest posting and like hyper relevant, like white hat, like same niche sort of stuff. And what we've done in the past is we've acquired sites to boost our DR and buy their content and then redirect that in. We'll see if there's any opportunities like that. This is just sort of general. This isn't really like a cohesive, we're going to do this, this, and this. These are just some more I'm throwing shit at the walls and see what sticks. Better implementing of a writer feedback system. So at the moment they submit the GDoc and we add the comments, but I think that we can do better by adding like a part in our Notion where we just have like each writer has a thing, and then we have a place where we might put their feedback, and then we monitor how that feedback changes over time. It allows us to give us more targeted, better feedback quicker, and hopefully let them learn quicker and help and be sort of a more effective supporting coaching part. Our VAs at the moment just doing like article after article after article, but there are general like site fixes, like creating, you know, internal links for certain pages, or using one of our reusable blocks for like affiliate CTAs or something. So we need to no, that's the wrong thing. We need to do like we need to organize this to better create that, because we haven't had to, because the VA is just currently doing articles, but we can add more value by going over like already successful things and improving them, which are time intensive but not too difficult, and so we can leverage the VA's time to save ourselves time to do other stuff instead. We've got a pretty good system for hiring and onboarding writers already, to be honest, but I think we can improve it by that extra 10-15%. Because of the helpful content update extra, I've been reading a little bit. I also have my own ideas, and you know, it's not been an earth-shattering update. It's been more of a scary one without much action, but nevertheless we can adjust and tweak and make sure that we're, you know, our standards are increasing quicker than Google's are, because everything is inflationary, right? And what's good 2 years ago isn't good now, so we need to make sure that we're sorted. The onboarding documents are currently slideshows, but we can turn them into Loom videos just to be a better communication, because some people just hate fucking writing on Google Docs, so I get that. We're also a bit disorganized with the affiliate link tracking, so I want to do better with that sort of stuff. We've kept this too informal. We don't know what banners are driving sales. We don't know which, you know, articles are necessarily driving all the sales. And with that information, we can be more effective and leverage our time better and go after the high value stuff. So we can make ourselves more effective with better link tracking. And while one of the videos that's going to come out with a blog post is the entity focused internal linking guide for your architecture for your site. That's going to come out soon, but it can now come out because I've drawn up this system here. I've done this already. I've got one thing I can tick off. So the team are great already building internal links, but I've recently spent a few hours drawing up a slideshow on some of the more technical extras around like creating for entities, different anchor texts, and how you make sure you're not over optimized, but also hitting long tail keywords and stuff like that. I'm teaching this to the team at the moment. I think I've already taught one of them. There's only one more to go, and so then once I've like made it so there's nothing identifiable for our site, I will release that onto the web. Goal 3, master outsourcing. So I was super lucky last week that I got to spend about 90 minutes with John Dykstra of Fat Stacks blog fame. I bought his course, I'm a fan of his, he crushes it, he's making over 100 grand a month from ads, and he's just a crusher. He's one of the best in the game. So I was lucky enough to spend time with him. He wanted to know about our sort of low output, high revenue affiliate strategy, and I wanted to talk to her how he can do so many articles and so therefore have less personal supervision over each article, but still maintain the quality with the systems that he's built so that he's not getting hit by updates, right? So that was super interesting. I feel more confident with, and he's a very optimistic guy as well. I felt more his optimism was infectious and made me feel more confident with the fact that actually what we could do is take care of the high profit, high margin, high traffic, high competition affiliate stuff, and the sort of, you know, the informational articles that we can show real test products, like, you know, let's say how to clean a microphone, and we've bought the microphone, we could show you the real stuff with that. But for any other informational posts that don't require real images or like aren't as competitive, we could outsource those within reason once we've built the proper systems that briefs create good articles, because the standard of brief really does inform the standard of the final content quality. So once we build those systems, we should be able to outsource. I know that Writer Access is a popular one for this, so we probably will use there, but we'll have a go. I need to ask around and see what's best. We've used word agents in the past, they're fine. So that's made me feel good about really, like, we can start outsourcing and growing in the future with stuff that we just don't have the time to hit because our costs are too high because we have full-time people inside. But for lower competition, lower profit, we can just go and pay cheaper outside. We also want to hit feature snippets. This is the filter you can use on Ahrefs to find which snippets you should hit. So you go, your site keywords, position top 5, the SERP contains a feature snippet, and filter, our site does not have it. And then you'll see. So I went through our sites. One of our sites is 191, one exactly 100, 115, and 116. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw up our current position. Where in line for the feature snippet we are. You can check where in line, even if you don't have it, by going on the keyword and then minus dash, like the hyphen, and then the URL that currently has the feature snippet, and it will show you if there's another one or you are second in line for the feature snippet. And then you can use that to see how much you need to improve and where. So what we're going to do is going to go over all of them, hit them all in 1 month, and do a case study of what happened. Like, we tried to hit 300 snippets. We ended up hitting 150. This led to a X% increase in traffic, and the average ranking increased from 3.6 to 2.8, whatever it is. You know, that's going to be a thing that we'll do on YouTube soon. Next month's focus, and while August is our best month, it's built on sort of pretty unstable foundations. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to make 36k every month, otherwise we could spend a lot more money and take a lot more risk. But if I did that, I'd put the business in jeopardy. We've driven a lot more revenue increases without, like, and we've increased a bit in page views, right, but not as much as the anywhere near what the increase in actual revenue has been, which means that we're making more per page view, which is a good thing, right? But there's a limit to how much you can squeeze out of the same thing. And so without a large page view increase, it feels like we're just maximizing what we can make with our existing viewership. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. You want to maximize your money. But you need fresh blood in this game to keep the gravy train going. So we do need to increase traffic. Eventually we're going to hit a point where we can't earn any more per page view. And so to create more growth potential, we have to be driving in the new users. So there's a focus on just putting out more content and ranking it, as well as driving new readers from email, social media, and other avenues. I'm really into looking into forums and sort of responding to forum things with our article. I think there's going to be some SEO benefits from sort of being in sort of thematically related entities that are surrounded on the web. I think forums are really underrated for that, and I don't think they're spammy, because they actually, like, if you think about the user-focused psychology behind it, those people congregate for that information in that specific niche, and so I think there's a good place we can do here. And again, it's kind of similar to email, social media. It's just a way of sort of third-partying traffic. So we don't do much of that at all. We don't have much of a social presence or anything. We do no email. So it's a lot of spare capacity in there still. But our goal overall is 40 grand. We need to find another $3,500 to reach it, which is going to be tough because it also assumes that we retain our existing revenue, right? Unlikely, as we delivered above expectations, so we have to do a lot. It's very ambitious and we have to be on our A game, but I like a challenge, so let's go for it. I'm psyched, I'm hyped. I hope you found this useful. I hope you found the strategy useful. I'm trying to be open as possible about how, I'm super grateful for what we've achieved, but there's so much inefficiency that can be ironed out and improved, and I really want to create the best system so that less of my time is spent in each thing, so that I can focus on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and make it so talented people that work with us can be empowered to do the most that they can do, really. So that's what we're about. We're trying to grow. We're trying to make sure everyone else has the easiest job possible, and make sure that the instructions are as clear as possible, the systems are as replicable and the easy as possible, and grow from there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe and like if you like it. We're going to put more sort of niche site SEO affiliate marketing stuff out. We've also got an email list if you just want the emails, you don't want the full videos, and you can follow me on Twitter, Jamie_IF. Cheers, have a nice rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll be back for the income reports in September, but hopefully with some more videos before then. Cheers.